Hi, I am Gowi, Odera. I visited Rwanda, and in the city of Kigali, I met a young man called Shakil Mugisha. You can catch him on Twitter, Mugisha Shakil. This young man has such a fascinating skill of painting and specifically sketching. How is it that at 21 years old, you can catch such detail, such fine detail and expression through the pencil or the charcoal or the painting that he was able to use? For me, I was blown away. And as I asked Shakil, and I've now been back and forth on Twitter asking him different questions, he tells me that he's 21 years old. And I'm thinking, this guy has actually developed a skill set. And it reminded me of Malcolm Gladwell, who wrote a book, Outliers. He suggests that if you spend at least 10,000 hours on doing something, on a skill, you become a master at that. Shakil Mugisha is one of those guys. He's one of those guys who's on that trajectory of becoming the next Cezanne, the next Rembrandt, the next Michelangelo or Raphael or Pablo Picasso. Let me bring that even closer to my own social circles. 15 years ago, I met a young man who always used to come as often as possible to play the piano in my church. And he is arguably one of Kenya's greatest jazz musicians, Aaron Rimbui. And I one time sat down with Aaron Rimbui, actually it was recently, and asked him what his secret is. He spends countless of hours practicing his skills. And when I asked him, what do you mean practicing your skills? You know your skills. And he says, you know what, Gowi, when you play the piano, you develop a language. And as I play this thing, I learned this and mastered this language of how to play on the keyboards. I began to reflect on my own trajectory. And I think for me, God has blessed me. I'm one of those people who God has blessed with multiple skills. But a couple of years ago, I decided there are skill sets that I needed to hone in on. I needed to work on this well, on that 10,000 hour theory. Meeting Shakil and being reminded about Aaron, I'm beginning to understand that what Malcolm Gladwell was actually saying was true. And so for you, what skill set do you have? How can you master this skill set and use it to transform your context, your community, your nation, your country? Transform your own life, realize your own vision, your dream, your destiny. It is said in the book of Proverbs 22 verse 29, show me one who is good at what they do. They will serve before kings and not obscure men. Go figure.